Hi, I'm Roy Bregman. I'm a director of Bregman Moodley Attorneys. Today I'll be talking about divorce mediation. I am an accredited divorce mediator and also a holistic law practitioner. What that means is that I'm a lover rather than a fighter, where we have to fight, where we can't resolve things peacefully and amicably, then we would go to bat for our clients. But in the first instance, we try our very best to resolve disputes involving divorce in a friendly, holistic, harmonious way, so that the parents, although they're divorced, they're not mortal enemies. Because what happens when they are, invariably the one tries to alienate the kids from the other. The mom says, "What a bad dad you have," and the children are conflicted. They're in the middle. They invariably feel that they are the cause of the divorce, regardless of how old they are. So we try to explain to the parents, your primary focus is the children, and try and be friends. You don't like each other anymore doesn't mean you have to hate each other. And through the process of mediation, as a first step, we try to create peace and harmony. The divorce mediation presupposes a willingness of the parties to meet and to try to mediate the dispute. The mediator is a facilitator. He talks to the parties, he listens to their problems, he advises them, especially regarding legal consequences of the divorce. He's not a trained mental health therapist, so he can't talk about issues such as depression and things that may have led to the divorce. But if there's a willingness in the parties to enter the process, invariably I can be successful in helping them resolve the dispute. What happens is they sign an agreement to mediate, which simply says that we enter this process voluntarily, but we understand that it's not binding on the parties. In other words, if we can't resolve the issue, then we'll go back to our respective lawyers and we'll fight. But most of the time I'm successful after one or two sessions, and I put together a memorandum of understanding which sets out the respective rights and obligations of the parties. If there's a property, how it gets divided, does it get sold, does the one party take over? Regarding the kids, where do the kids stay? Who has primary residence? Typically the mom. How often will the dad have contact? When will he see them? The mom may want to relocate to a different province or even overseas. These are the things we have to discuss. And often the parties are happy that I put together an agreement of settlement and actually proceed to divorce them, so they don't have to use a second or even a third law firm. So that is the process, and if people are happy to enter into it, it can be very successful. And two elements are most important. First of all, it's a way cheaper way of resolving a dispute and getting divorced, because you're not fighting, you're not running up unnecessary legal costs using two firms of attorneys and advocates. And secondly, it's way more emotionally satisfactory. It's not emotionally draining that a divorce is, because you're constantly fighting, and often you have attorneys who are trying to score points, and they drag this thing out to the steps of court, and hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of rands later, you're at the same point that you could have been had you mediated the dispute in the first place. So I highly recommend it.